This is 4+4.
Moving on, Shrek has released the trailer for their 5th film featuring yassified animation and AI pictures that have been used all over the internet since the release of the last film. Thoughts?
It is yassified. It's giving the Eurocentrification.
Eurocentrification.
Right.
Why
it's giving cheek filler. It's giving a little bit of Botox in the forehead.
It's giving steroids.
Honestly, my king is way too natural. So I don't need to see him in a bikini. Like, the AI photos were enough. Like,
it was enough.
Let it be. That was a hee ha ha. Also, massive talk about the fact that it doesn't actually make sense story-wise because he had 3 kids. He had 1 girl and 2 boys, I think, and the girl had blue eyes. Why does Zendaya's character have brown eyes?
Did they make a mistake, or is like something?
Or is she a doll?
All check-ins, all check-ins.
If it's not broke, don't fix it.
Anti-companionship rhetoric. I want to talk about it.
Talk.
Because I feel like, right, because of this and all of the messaging about you should be able to travel by yourself, like you should be able to do life by yourself, you should be able to do this, you should be able to. It feels like when you're like me and I tried to travel somewhere by myself and I fucking hated it, then it made me feel like a failure of an adult, like I can't.
Because you can't do things by yourself.
Yeah, like it's a bad thing that, when like I feel like the whole fucking point for me is to like have multiple experiences with different people throughout life. But I feel like this whole like you should or you need to or like, do you see what I'm trying to say?
I think it's like totally fine to want to spend time with yourself. And like I would love if I really loved my own company. Spoiler alert, I don't. But like I think that the idea that we need to be able to do these things by ourselves, where's the conversation about whether I want to?
That's what I'm saying.
Because babe, I don't.
What if you just, personally, I don't want to. And I feel like there's too much messaging like, you know, like you're born alone, you die alone. Like I get it. But also it's like, but babes, what we got friends for?
Dress.
Stitch.
Lilo.
Disney.
Ooh, cancelled. I was doing a lot of research about this the other day, but we live in like an individualistic society, whereas so many other places, not all, because again, like America lives in an individualistic society, but like other places, particularly like Asian countries, tend to live in like a collective societal state. Like it all is about helping your neighbor and doing things together, and we need to keep like the streets clean because it's for all of our good. Like we've all got to chip in to help, and we look after our old and all of these things. That's a completely different world, a much better one, and I want to live there.
Yeah, so real. Because even like when we were in Thailand and just how, just the energy of like having some fucking respect for like your country and for the way that things are. Yeah, and for each other.
Be nice.
Yeah, even the fact that the king was everywhere and everyone bows down to the king.
Kidding.
My king. Remember when we was talking about like Comic-Cons and cons?
Yeah.
And like all of those things. And I said like there was a time when I was a little judgy and I was like, I don't really get it. Like, I don't know, I find it kind of like weird. Meanwhile, when I actually got to the root of it, I was just jealous that there was a community of something and they were all really excited about it and they all was so like just engrossed in like this world and like escape. They were happy. And just because it wasn't my thing necessarily, I'm like, I actually think I would enjoy having that thing so I can respect it.
This is why we don't yuck other people's yums.
Yeah. Online.
Presents.
Christmas.
Tree.
Star.
Fish.
Ocean.
Wide.
Panoramic.
View.
The sunset.
Nice.
Nice.
Songs white people hate with.
Ooh, there's so many.
Run it.
First of all, Evanescence, Bring Me to Life. That shit went multi-platinum in our household on SingStar.
SingStar,
you already know.
that one up. Owl City Fireflies.
Ooh, that one's really controversial, you know. I've actually noticed, like, people talk about it online, like, this is the shittiest song I've ever, and I'm like, that felt personal.
My Lord and Saviour.
It's so
How
good.
dare you? That song is
so good.
No, that song means so much to me, especially the Mac Miller version. Don't mind if I do.
Don't mind if I don't.
R.I.P. King. But that era made me love that song even more. Another white person who ate with every single bit of music that he put out.
Well, yes.
I'm trying to think.
Also, Panic at the Disco.
Any Panic at the Disco song, any Paramore song.
Yes.
Leanne Rimes. Can't Fight the Moonlight. Is it Can't Fight or Can't Stop?
Can't Fight.
Yeah. Well, you can't fight it, babe.
Fall Out Boy, A Little Less 16 Candles, A Little More Touch Me. That song is underrated.
I need that song injected into my veins.
Massively underrated.
Because when I listen to it, it's not enough.
Yeah, because all you're hearing, all most people are saying is like, oh, Fall Out Boy, dance, dance. No. A Little Less 16 Candles, A Little More Touch Me.
Who sings Thanks for the Memories?
Fall Out Boy? I think it was like a newer one, but I didn't really listen to their newer album. Obviously, Avril Lavigne. What's the best Avril Lavigne song, in your opinion?
That's too hard. Because the first 2 albums were so good.
The first 2 albums were the best. No, the second album was the best.
The second album was your favourite. I think the first album is mine.
The one with the red cross on the armband. Oh my God, it's so good. You know, like I was saying, there's so many albums that we listened to when we were kids. I don't actually know what any of the songs are called because you just played the album on CD. So I really don't remember what they were called.
Bring back playing an album, start to finish.
Oh, that's what I do anyway.
All the way through. I know you do, but
okay, wait, no, this is interesting because I literally asked Thingy this the other day. I was saying, I know it's different people listen to Spotify in different ways or listen to their music in different ways. Yeah. Like, how do you, if you're like, right, I need to play some music. I'm such an album girl. I will just stick on an album.
You are such an album girl, whereas me, it's actually quite embarrassing.
Are you playlist?
I'm not even a playlist girl, my darling. I'm a liked songs girl. I will go into the judgment. I'll go into my liked songs and
that's when I can't think.
No, because I need to, no, that's when I'm thinking. Like I'm going either through section by section because I like to listen to the same songs over and over again. So I'll like listen to them section by section. So I'll listen to this section of my playlist, not my playlist, my liked songs for like 3 months. And then I'll move on to another section once I've added more songs. Or if I'm like, kind of fancy some kind of switch up, I'll put it on shuffle. Never know what you're gonna get.
That's the only way you listen to music.
I do have a few playlists and I do listen to some albums. I got more into the albums thing because of you, but it's mostly just my like songs, Darlan, because they're all different as well.
I feel like people make albums for them to be listened to as an album.
Yeah.
So I feel like you're missing out if you don't, and also sometimes you can't appreciate a song unless you hear it in the album context.
Yes and no. Sometimes I find that to be true. Like sometimes it really is the project was the album. Like you have to listen to it in its entirety. And sometimes an album is just a place for all of the singles to live. And those songs don't necessarily go together. And like, for example, I love when people do like a scissor control and make the songs all flow into each other. So that obviously you listen all together. But like...
I think it's because like I love interludes as well and they're not fully songs.
Yeah, real.
But you'll only hear them really like in album context. You're not going to hear that as a single because it's an interlude. And also just like the start that is carried on from the song. Things just make more sense.
So I have album artists and then I have single artists.
Right.
That I listen to.
Okay. That makes sense.
Like Doechii is an album girl.
Yeah.
I'm not listening to those songs individually. I'm listening to the album. Tyler is also an album girl.
Yeah.
Lola is an album girl.
Yes.
But like, no offense, love you babes. Tate McRae, singles girl. And that's fine.
But you like the album?
I do like the album. But
it's not been made as a project.
I listen to them in my own order, however I want to listen to them. Like I've got them in my like songs in the order that I like them to flow into each other.
Flo Milli shit. Ho.
Flo Milli shit. Bitch. Absolutely.
This is 4+4.